All right. Well, I think we are live. We're going to continue in this series of releasing the song Crazy Love, tuning vocals, and then we'll get to syncing up the vocals. So that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to step into it. I know there's some things I'm probably missing, but I remember when I first sang my very first song at church, and I'm sure it was pretty bad. But the thing about experience and getting your reps in, the more and more time you get up in front of people, the easier it gets. So that's what this streaming is all about. The more and more I do these reps, the easier it's going to get for me to collect my thoughts and present a very good live stream. All right, so we're going to continue on. Let's see where we left off at. It's been a couple days. We had a busy, man, we've had a busy couple weeks. We had, how many gigs? We had in about oof, in about 21 days we had 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 3. uh, we had 11 gigs in 21 days. So we ended the summer pretty good. So for those of you watching from the gigging musician, man, you can get out there and do it. All it takes again is getting the reps, getting your name out there, connecting with people. Incidentally, if you're a musician and you want to learn how to gig more, go to the giggingmusician.co. That's where I text you every day those little small things that help you get to that next level. People look at this big thing, they look at this big task they have. Hey, I want to gig out. And they are um, really worried about how to maintain this thing because most people work a 9 to 5. They have relationships and families and other responsibilities, and they say, "Hey, I want to gig out, but I don't know where to start. I don't. It just seems like a big thing I need to overcome." And it's really simple. You just start small. You just do one small thing every day, and that's the beautiful thing about the giggingmusician.co, a 30-day gig challenge. You're doing one small thing a day, and that one small thing a day just compounds. All right. So that's the key to pretty much, anything to do with creative endeavors or launching a product. You just have to start small and just do something every day that doesn't take 8 hours. Do something that takes 5 minutes. That time you're scrolling in the morning on the phone or the time you're scrolling on in the toilet. Well, instead of scrolling, take that 5 minutes and do that task. All right. So we're going to jump in here. Let's listen to where we're at. I'm gonna solo this track here. See what kind of octave down harmonies I did. You never know. Mm, mm.
Ooh, is it just crazy
Mm,
love? Crazy love.
mm, mm.
Ooh, is it just crazy love? Crazy love. Ooh,
All right. So you get the gist of that vocal.
ooh,
You get the gist of that
is it
vocal.
just
And I don't know. I don't know if it needs a whole lot of tuning. Again, if you look at the gain structure there, it's pretty low. We're sitting at what are we sitting at here? A negative 7 dB. Again, it's just to tickle the ears. It's not supposed to really be that audible. It's just supposed to expand the main vocal line. So let's go ahead and pull up Melodyne. Melodyne is my tuning software of choice. I have Melodyne Studio. I think it is the best. No real artifacts. The thing I haven't really tried is using autotune in a live recording situation. Now we use it, when I'm performing live, but very, very sparingly. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull this UAD down. Incidentally, so to make the Melodyne work and vocal line work, I had to get in the Rosetta Stone for Logic. And when you are in Rosetta Stone, you can use the ARA function, which automatically syncs the tracks or, you know, um, brings the tracks into Melodyne. But you always have to make sure that the first ARA track is in the first slot there. Cool. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's expand this a little bit. Need to hit play so it can transfer.
Just crazy.
Okay. All right. So it transferred over. Okay. So these little things here are like breaths or some type of vocal sound that you can typically get rid of. Sometimes it just adds too much to the track. And I don't necessarily have to listen to them. I know exactly what they are. Like that might be some type of S sound right there, sibilance or something. Let's see here. I could probably get rid of the whole thing, but we'll wait to hear it first. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Since this track is not, that critically important to the whole song, again, it just adds a layer. Just adds a layer. What we're going to do is we're just going to select all these, and then we're going to double click and make it exact. And then let's listen to it, make sure it's not crazy out of tune or crazy, pitched.
Ooh, is it just crazy love?
Mm.
Crazy love.
Mm, mm.
Is it just crazy love?
Mm, mm.
Crazy love.
So I can stop there. If we listen to that section.
Crazy love.
Yeah, I drop off there. So what I can do is I can see the pitches. See how that pitch is doing that? So what we can do is come to this tool here, pick tool, and we'll come down to the modulation, and that's the pitch drift. Let's use the pitch drift on this one. I never really use the pitch drift that often. So let's see what kind of results. Let's hear it. I'm curious now.
Crazy love.
Well, it's close, right? Let's see. Let's go back to the modulation tool and tighten it up there a little bit. Yeah, here we go.
Crazy love.
Yep, that's much better. I'm not gonna re-record that. There's no reason to go back and record that. Doesn't have to be perfect. And so there was this period in my life where I think this is a great segue. There was a period in my life where everything that went out, with my marketing clients, at church, these songs, everything had to be perfect. But we tried something new. I've tried something new over the last couple years, and letting people see the good, the bad, and the ugly, especially when it comes to being creative. And one of the things that really helped me do that is when we're gigging out live, we take song requests. It's really cool. The cool thing about these song requests is that, they pull up the QR code, decide what song they want me to sing, and I have to sing it. Now, we get extra money for that. But what that taught me is people choose songs based on their preferences. And so we try to come and sing the song and perform it and do all those things. But a lot of times we don't do we barely know the song and it's sometimes it's not pretty, but it's crazy because the songs like that we do, people go crazy on. The songs that we can perform perfectly, flawlessly, we get a simple hand clap, right? But the ones that people choose and we try to perform right there on the spot, they go crazy for. So I think that really helped me open the door up to realize that not everything that goes out has to be perfect. And so I think the other side to that is sometimes we use that thought of being perfect as a way not to be criticized or judged or fearing the unknown. And so I think honestly, if we look at it, it was just something, I did to not push myself forward in certain areas. All right, enough on that topic. I'm being stared at by the pooch. Let me see if I can show you him. Let me try to move. Let me try to get the camera over to him. Let's see. Let's see if I can get over there to him. See if I can get over to him. Phone's buzzing. Can I get over? I think I can get the camera three. I can get the camera three. Mm. Let's try camera. Try camera two. Where is that at? I don't know where that is at. All right. we we over here playing around. Let's see here. Oh yeah, we get to. That's what we can do. We'll come here. Ooh, what am I doing? I'm messing it up. Messing it up, y'all. Messing it up. That needs to come out of there. I just wanted to show you the pooch really quick. All right, let's get the gimbal. See if we can go down here. There he is. Bam. There he is. Big old head. All right, let's come back. All right, so come back to the back to this here. Okay, let's finish this out.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, is it just crazy love? Crazy love. See you looking at me, watching me, can't quit me, wanting to call you to say what's up. Maybe hang out, do something fun. Can't lie, you've been on my mind day and night. I'm gonna make you mine just for the night, girl. It's you and me. You're my one and only. Never been the type to fall in love or to find a girl who kept me down. No, I can't believe. You ever opened up my world? Never been the type to fall in love or to find a girl who kept me down. No, I can't believe you ever opened up my world. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, is it just crazy love? Crazy love.
Let's fix this. Let's go ahead and fix this while we're here. Didn't particularly like that.
Love. Crazy love.
Mhm.
Crazy love. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, is it just crazy love? Crazy love. I don't know what you have done to me. Got me feeling so crazy. And I'm telling all my friends. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, is it just crazy love? Crazy love. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, is it just crazy love? Crazy love.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and save that. I think that might be That might be. What is that? All right, here's this. Here's a portion of the song in context, just so you have it.
Ooh, ah, is it just crazy love? Crazy love. Is it just crazy love? Crazy love. Is it just crazy love? Crazy love.
I don't know why I keep yawning. My goodness, sorry guys. All right, so that is octave down. I'm trying to figure out what was I doing here. Was I just doubling in it? And I decided I didn't think I was going to use these one notes. I think we got plenty of tracks. Let's just solo this, and then we can start. Let's just hear a little bit of this. See what's going on.
Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, is it just crazy?
All right, so I'm just doubling. So let me go ahead and speed through this really quickly. Shouldn't take me long. We're not going to worry about a bunch of the sibilances.
Crazy love.
Okay. So detect it. We're just going to get rid of that. Highlight. Yeah, let's get rid of some of this stuff here. Speed through it. Now, on the main vocal, we take a lot more time to do the main vocal. This is just, again, layers that we're adding just to give the vocal a little bit more interest. Now, we won't use these whole tracks, all these layers throughout the whole song. We'll build layers to create the interest for the listener. All right, so I have to go check the mail real quick. I'm expecting a check. You know how it is when you are an independent artist and entrepreneur. you sometimes you look forward to getting a check in the mail. So you're gonna have to wait here for a second. Finish all this out real quick. And then I think we're going to, and now it's been about 2 or 3 weeks since I've done vocal sync. We might have to spend some time messing around there. All right, so let's go ahead and save this so I have it. Save it. I'll be right back, okay? Don't laugh in my pajama pants. All right. All right, now, one of the things I typically like to do is to bounce. I do like to bounce those tuned vocals just so we have them and we can use that processing somewhere else. All right. Let's see what we got here. We didn't do that one. We did that one. We're going to bounce that one. We're going to bounce that one. And we're going to bounce that one. I think all the other ones have been bounced. And then we're going to turn off those tracks so we can tracks in place. We're going to do a new track where we're going to keep the old track and just turn off the ARA Melodyne. Cool. All right. So we got those in place. I'm going to turn those off just so we're not using them at all. Turn that off. We'll turn Melodyne off. I don't want any. This session is crazy. I mean, it's just got a lot of processing already. That's what I'm trying to conserve here. All right, all right, rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll. Okay, we are finally on the home stretch on this song. Let me break down this song a little bit. I wonder if I can pull up. Yeah, let's try to. Let me see here. Let me try to pull up the original so you can hear that, and you can hear how much has changed. I want my music, not yours, people. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, you can't hear that, can you? Let me try to bring it in here real quick. You know what we'll do? We'll just try to drag it in here real quick so you can hear what it sounds like. Dude, did it? It didn't want to drag it, did it? All right, come on. Let's give a sample of it. Oh, here we go. Maybe it's asking me a question. Where's it asking me the question at though? I think. Oh, there we go. Did that just happen? It didn't like that. Logic did not like that. Uh, let's see here. It did not like that, did it? That's not cool, man. Oh, well, that's still open. Interesting. Hit cancel. Let's go to window. Open main window. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. I'll pull this over. All right, here's the original. We'll solo it. Take a listen. Ah, this is the version that they added a bass into and it didn't work. Let me see if I can find the other one. Ah. You hear the difference, right? All right. So again, context. Here's the new version. One of the things that I learned in the studio is that song was originally built on. Let me try to find the better version here. Let me try to find this thing here. I don't know if I can find. I don't know if it's on here. See y'all. What's this? Oh, I think I know where it's gonna be. Um, nope. Open boom. See. Come on. Boombox doesn't want to open. Okay. Let's do this. Does not Boombox does not want to open, does it? Quit. Let's reopen it. I'm still setting up parts of this computer here. All right. Boombox is great. This is where I share a lot of tracks that I'm working on with other musicians. It sits in the cloud. Let's see here. Projects. Okay, that almost called for you. All right, here we go. Let's see if this will do it. Pull this over here. All right, let's see if this will be it. All right, I think this is a good version. All right, so we'll solo this. Yeah.
You say, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, is this just crazy love? Crazy love. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, is this just crazy love? Crazy love. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, is this just crazy love? Crazy love.
So as you can tell, is that's early 2000s. I'll be right back. Sorry. Alrighty. Somebody was knocking on the door. I don't know. You know how the salespeople are. All right. So as you can tell, that song, that song, was like early 2000s, and so I love the vibe. I love the lyrics. I love the hook of it. And I was like, man, we should re-release that song. And so that's what we've been working on for the past couple months. So our next session will be lining up these vocals. Hopefully that's the next section. And from there, we will go into mixing, and then we'll go into mastering, and then we'll come up with a release schedule. All right. I need to get off here. I will see you, I think, soon, very soon. Probably, yeah, very soon. Sometime this week. I don't know. I'm still trying to work out my live stream schedule. I want to get on here as much as I can, so I can just get really comfortable with what I'm doing and how to interact. I think at some point too, we're probably going to bring in some other content, music related content, content as it relates to being single, content as it relates to what's happening in the world today. So we'll probably start looking at some of that stuff as well. Music is a huge part of my life. It's not the only part. I think it's important as we learn more about each other that we share who we are. All right. Until next time, peace and love.